I've looked all over the internet and have yet to be able to find good instructions on how to remove the bumper on a BRZ. So, I just sort of started taking parts off until I figured it out. I've already done it on this side, and I'll get the other side in a minute. But under here, there are two of these little pop rivets. Here and here. As well as here and there, under the reverse light. Also, right here, in that little hole right there, is another pop rivet. This guy. The difference is he's a little trickier to take off because he's just got the little pin in there without a head like this one. There's the two for comparison. Anyway, this little guy I kind of had to just muscle off, and once I got him off, I was able to just pull at the bumper, the little clips come out, it's perfectly fine. Oh, and I forgot to mention, in here, the little wheel well trim, it was easier after I took that one there and this one here out so that I could get that out of the way. Also, right there by the tail lights are these little 10mm screws. So, just a second, and I will work on showing you the other side. Alright, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I'm not sure how well it will work. I don't know if you can see that. But with these, same as before, you just pop the head off. Or pop the head out, not off. And out it comes, and it's loose. So I'll do the other side here. Make sure you can see that. Hopefully. This would be a lot easier if I had a lift or if I had forethought to jack my car up. But hopefully you could see that because I couldn't. So, around to these. These have been a little tricky for me. I don't know if they've gotten gravel or something up in them. But I found it was easier to get them loose and then just pull the rest of the way with a pair of pliers. And eventually they'll pop out. And last one right here. Again, sorry for the camera angle and the camera being so jumpy. I'm laying on the cold garage floor. And out he comes. Sorry about that. The phone decided to die on me. So, anyway, here is that other little pop rivet. I'm going to try to do this one without taking this part off because that's really hard with one hand. But reach up in there. There's not really a way to get to him. So, see if you push, maybe. No, you can't really push that in much further. I don't know if it would do any good if you did. So, what I did last time, try to get up under here without scratching too much of the paint. And just pop him out. Let's see. And I just broke it. Alright. Here it is after I broke it. As you can see, it's pretty much unsalvageable. I don't know if I can get one of these from the dealer or if I'll just have to find something that'll fit. But, point being, don't do this in the cold. And if you do, be really careful. Or figure out the correct way to take one of these out. So, all you do now is just Pop the bumper clips out. And, oh, I left one of these rivets down here, so he won't come much the rest of the way. But I'll take that out, and we'll see what's next. Alright, so looking at the way these are made, I have a feeling that you're just supposed to push that through. Get some. I'm just using a little flathead screwdriver. But as you can see, that just pops through. And I'm sure it would be pretty easy to find once you pulled that out. You shake that and it will probably fall out. So I guess that's probably the proper way to do it. Keep that in mind after I get this guy replaced. Okay. So on this side, all I did was just kind of tug at it. There's a clip bar right here that these clips just kind of pop into. There's 3 of them. And then the handful of clips on this side that go right there. Probably be easier to take the taillight off, and I may have to do that to get it put back on. I'm not sure, but we'll find out later. So, on this side, hopefully won't break anything. Just grab it and kind of give it a tug. Alright. And it looks like taking off the taillight is going to be the easiest way. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so with the taillight off, I was right. It will be infinitely easier because they're right there, there, and I got this one off there. So what you can do is just wedge a little screwdriver in there, maybe, and kind of just use that so that you can pop it off. And don't lose your screwdriver in the process. So one more time, just kind of wedge the screwdriver in there. I'm not too worried about scraping up any of this plastic because it's under the tail light anyway. Ooh, pull in there and you might be able to see that crack. Don't do that. You don't want those clips breaking. So just get it loose enough that you can pop it off. Just like that. Now, I'm gonna kind of tug here. And this bumper's really good at holding its shape. So I think that's what's probably keeping it in place. But I'm gonna hunt for some more clips now. And I found it. Right here, under the bumper, there are these 3 super heavy-duty clips. Or 4, I guess, because they're these little guys that match up to these. You just gotta kind of get up under there and wrench it free. So, bumper's off. Now all I gotta do is unplug the backup lights and I'll be set. Alright. Now that I've got the diffuser installed, ooh, pretty. It's time to get this bumper back on. As you can see, right there, I broke this little clip off because it's cold and I was in a hurry. Well, I just got that secured with a zip tie. You know, better safe than sorry. Then you just have to go around, get this propped up, and there's 3 more clips like this. Little metal teeth in there, just to hold the harness on. And those just kind of push down here. over the plastic tabs they came off of. They do a really good job of staying in place on the loom so you don't lose them. Try to get this propped up here. It's probably best to make sure you get them on right the first time, because they don't like to come off. Kind of get them shoved on there. Kind of hard to do because you don't have a lot of room. Sure seems like I had more room taking these off than putting them on. Anyway, once you get those on, and took the taillights off to make this easier. Once you do that, you can come in here and just kind of lift the bumper into place. Got those little clips go with those little tabs. To get the bumper in place, it lines up pretty well. And a couple of good pushes, and they'll pop back on. As you can see, maybe, maybe, yeah, right there is where they snap on. And once I get more of the bumper put on, they'll definitely go into place a little easier. And here's where you can come here. Get this lined up with these clips. And this is where taking the taillights off really helps. Anyway, you get these lined up, including these little tracks here. And it should just pop right back into place. You're putting it on here, so don't be afraid to give it a little bit of extra push. You might want to come around here and line these up. They go in with this tab here over this little clip all the way around. And you went right there. And you just kind of whack them into place. Bumper seems a little out of alignment there, but that's probably because half of it's still off. And as you can see, that's starting to come together. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Get the clip over the thing. Just line them up. And a little bit of squeezing force. They'll go right back on. Doing this one-handed is a little tricky, so I'm going to pause the video. Alright, got that on. And what was giving me trouble was that little notch right there wasn't lining up. So, as you can see, bumper's back on pretty securely. Just going to go around and line these little clips up. Again, same thing. Just kind of push them into place. And luckily, my diffuser came with some extra clips, I guess in case you broke the ones on the bumper. Well, one of those is definitely going to take the place of the clip I broke on that side. In fact, two of them might, because that makes those way easier to get off. Anyway, then it's just a matter of putting the tail lights back in, which, if you're not familiar with, is just a matter of taking out a pop rivet here and here and peeling back this carpet. And there are 1, 2, 2 here, 3, 4 little 8mm nuts that have to come off. Taillight slides right out. You just unclip the plug here and slides right out. So I'm going to put those back on and she'll be back together. All right. Got some more of the pop rivets in. Still got a few to go. But with most of these, it actually helps if you get that centerpiece out from the, I don't know, whatever you call that, the sleeve, because that allows you to push the little prongs together more and get it in the hole. Some of these can be kind of a tight fit, and those clips I mentioned earlier that came extra, these are actually some of the clips from the back bumper. As you can see, they're the littler ones. They don't have the channels on the side like the big ones do. They fit absolutely beautifully where those other ones were. And I think that clip bracket's a little loose, but all in all, where this is, it holds it nice and secure and will be way easier to pop out in the future should I need to take the bumper off for any reason. And once I got the bumper on, I don't know if you can tell from that, but it lines up pretty well. You know, I don't have any kind of excessive gapping. You know, no weird body lines messed up. Everything went together pretty easily. Hopefully you found this a little bit helpful. I know I would have. It would save me a lot of time pulling everything apart. But if you enjoy this, share it with your friends, family, enemies, I don't know. But hopefully this will help some more folks out.